we give all the credit to the Lord, you know. We couldn't never had a good show if it wouldn't have been for him. It's everything kind of happened in a chain reaction, you know. I was way down on my luck when Willie approached me to do a show, and I was even talking to my brother about it, and he said, "Don't worry, Tim, my real name," he said, "your life can turn around on a dime," and lo and behold, it did. It turned around. So you never give up. You never give up, because you never know what, you know, God's got in store for you. So I roll with that, you know.
That's awesome, man. So I have met some really lovely, just cool, salt of the earth, believable people that have told me their Bigfoot stories along this journey. And one of my favorite is the one you're about to see. Mountain Man, who you may know from Duck Dynasty, is one of the nicest, just genuine people. And he shared this Bigfoot story with us while we were making our documentary. And I think you're going to love it. So you've spent countless hours in the woods. And of course, we're here to talk about Bigfoot today and everything. Do you have any Bigfoot stories or anything Bigfoot related you want to talk about?
I do. It's probably back in about 1971. Me and a buddy of mine, we was out frog hunting. My dad, he'd drop us off out in the country, and we'd go out there with our flashlight, our frog gigs, and get a few frogs. He'd come back to pick us back up. Well, one time we was out there, we finally got one frog. Wouldn't have much luck, but one end of the pond, it's really hard to get to the frogs. The old willow trees and stuff had growed up real thick. You almost had to get out in the water to get around to get to your frog. Well, we had to come way around a bunch of old growed up willow bushes and stuff, and we was going for the frog, and we heard something up in the woods growl. I don't know, it was a growl like I ain't never heard. I said, "Ronnie, is Mr. Friedel got bulls or anything in this pasture?" He said, "No, they don't even go in these woods, fenced off." And I said, "Well, I just heard something," and about that time it let out a big old growl again. And then it started breaking a bunch of stuff. Man, I mean, like big old sticks, logs breaking. It sounded like great big old sticks and logs breaking, and then you could hear it coming. It was this creek that fed out that end. You could hear the feet sitting. Sound like somebody running. Man, this thing was breaking up some big sticks, and I said, "I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here." We took off like our rear ends was on fire, and we run up that hill to get away from it. I outrun him, and usually he can outrun me, but whatever was behind us, it was gonna have to eat him before it got to me, the way I figured it. And that's a true story too, it's all true. But I seen a fence. We had to cross over like a 4-strand barbed wire fence. It was about this high. And I knew what I was getting into, and running uphill a little bit, mind you. I hit that, I run so fast, and I watched them Olympics one time where they jump over them bars, and I did that. I was running, and when I jumped up, I turned flat, and I cleared that 4-strand barbed wire fence, hit my back, bounced up, he come over the fence, and then here come a car zoomed in there. Lo and behold, it was my dad. My dad, I guess God sent him to pick us up that time, and we both hopped in the back seat and said, "Let's go, Daddy, let's go. There's something after us." He just laughed at it. He said, "Oh, there ain't nothing in them woods, boys." And we was scared, though. We knew something was on our tail, and what could be out there pitch dark and running through them woods, no light. Of course, Bigfoot ain't got no flashlight, but we really think it was a Bigfoot to this day. And that's a true story, and to this day, he remind me of that story, and I remember that every little detail. So I ain't never been so scared in my life, because whatever this thing was, it was wanting us out of there. And that's a true story there. I ain't got no reason to make that up. It goes back a long way, but hey, I believe Bigfoot's out there. I got a buddy named Jimmy Houston on Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and you can ask him about Bigfoot, and he's a firm believer too, you know. He's the most realistic fella you could ever talk to, Jimmy, you know, and he said without a shadow of a doubt he believes one. But that was my encounter there. It was something wanted us out from that pond.
That's amazing. That's a great story, man. That's a great story. If you do like these videos, please consider liking and subscribing. Share them, pass them around. It really does go a long way. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you want to see more of our Bigfoot investigations, click here. If you want to see another eyewitness testimony about a Bigfoot, click here.